Hi, I'm Abe Peck, Executive Editor of Inside Unmanned Systems magazine. We're here at the AUVSI 2022 live show here in Orlando. And we're talking with Emily Ciesielski, Director of Global Channel Sales at MicaSense. And so what brings you here? What are you seeing? What are you trying to tell people about?
So yeah, we're here today with the AgEagle team. I'm specifically on the sensor side with the MicaSense sensors, and we're showing our latest models. So the Red Edge P and the Ultim PT that we're displaying today. So they're the latest. They use panchromatic sensors to get high space resolution. We keep the camera weight and size way down by using that method. And then we also have our Ultim PT model that has thermal for water stress management.
Right, and so your company is primarily an agriculture company, but you also have, I don't want to say overlap, but other sectors like forestry, and so
yeah.
So the commonality is thermal, or
yeah, we're starting to see with the thermal, but also just with the higher spatial resolution, unlocking more applications.
Makes sense, right.
Outside of agriculture. We're doing plant counting things, more machine learning and AI is possible with that high spatial resolution that you get.
Right, and you're essentially doing health mapping, right?
Yeah, generally vegetation health mapping.
Yeah.
So forestry and even mining reclamation work is valuable with the.
So this is kind of changing. This technology is kind of changing, and in real time. So if you, what's the big difference, say, in thermal from a year ago, and when you come back next year, what do you think you'll be talking about with thermal?
So yeah, on the thermal piece, we're seeing a higher resolution than we've seen before. More than double what we previously had in the previous model. So looking at the row level, the plant level, looking at water stress for irrigation planning, getting to that level of detail, but also having it be aligned with what's important, aligned with the RGB output you're getting, the visual reference, aligned with the multispectral, because previously people were trying to use two different sensors, aligning them in post-processing, which is almost nearly impossible. So with this, it's everything in one. Yeah. One sensor, you're getting, even 4 different outputs, because you also get a really nice digital surface model with that panchromatic band. So we're all about, what's the maximum amount of information you can get from one sensor, one payload. How do we keep the size and weight down for that, since we're doing drone mapping?
Yeah, I think one of my big takeaways from the show, whatever the area is, integration. And of course that goes with miniaturization, and it goes with weight, and it goes with cost.
Exactly.
And, but that seems to be the secret sauce.
And that's important to us too. We keep it open on the drone platforms that we integrate with. We try to make it as easy as possible to integrate into a variety of drones, whether it be a fixed wing, a VTOL, a quadcopter. Also, we have people that are flying with multiple payloads. So if they want to fly with LiDAR and the multispectral, this is small enough they can do that. Dual gimbal. So, and we keep it open for the processing as well.
So if I were a buyer, and I looked at the Red Edge and I looked at the Ultim, how would I decide which one was for me?
So part of it is going to be what are you monitoring and how small are the plants. So if, for instance, early emergence counting is really important. Yeah. So if we're looking at lettuce that is grown in a greenhouse and then transplanted to the field, and you want to look at survival rates for that. Something like an Ultim that has a really high spatial resolution is going to be good, because you're going to even want to have 1-2 centimeter level resolution, but still fly at 400 feet.
Right.
But if
that's a sweet spot.
Yeah, and anything to do with irrigation. So any crop that's irrigated, and you want to be assessing, what is the water stress across the field? Is it uniform, to help and have an additional data point to use for irrigation planning, as well as flying immediately after water is applied to the field to see if there's any inefficiencies with,
so
is there a leak? Is there a leak?
Yeah.
Is there a clogged nozzle? If it's an overhead sprayer, all that.
I could use that in my backyard. I got a problem.
Yeah. So the thermal's great there. For some people, the Red Edge P is enough. For forestry, for instance, they want to fly over a large area, get in a fixed wing aircraft.
I don't mean this in a negative sense, but a more gross picture, a larger picture. And
spatial resolution isn't necessary because you're looking at a larger object.
Yeah. Right. Well, great. And now you have the G word in your title, global. So what's that about?
So we sell through, our primary sales are through our reseller partners. So we have partners in over 70 countries. Yep. So that is a huge focus for us because those partners are providing that full solution to the customer, right? So there's a variety of drone options. They're going to be, based on the customer, different fits. Same with when it goes to the software and the analytics. They can provide the training, they can do demos and all of that. So that's how we're able to have that global presence.
But I assume they're providing something else, which is to you, which is feedback.
Yeah, also that,
And especially as different conditions, around. I mean, if I'm flying in the Amazon or if I'm flying in the, in Morocco in the desert, I'm going to have to look before water. Two different things. So when you get that kind of feedback, how do you process it internally? Did the engineers talk about this, or sales bring it to the engineers and say?
Yep, sales. I'm bringing it to the engineers. Bringing back that feedback so that they're aware. One of the things that's a huge value point for our sensors too is how robust they are. So when we say they're robust, we say it's been flown in Antarctica, in areas where they have to have tents to keep the drones warm. And the sensor is fine. It's the feedback even in that case was the sensor was the only thing that didn't give them problems.
The penguins loved it, right?
Yeah. People flying in the Amazon. Hot humid conditions.
Sure.
So all huge spectrum of where people are flying it, and it's reliable.
Yes, that's a different kind of robustness. It's it's not just that if you bang on it, it won't break, but it's
right. Also for different climates.
Right. Oh, that's great.
Because it's going to be out in the field, it's out in the elements, so it's got to be reliable in that way.
So what do you think, whether for you or more globally, for not different kind of globally, or in a larger sense, for thermal going forward? What's the next development, either for you, if you could talk about it, or in the thermal area?
On the thermal aspect, resolution is still really important. Like we were saying, getting to, we're down to the row level now with the resolution we have, but even getting down to the plant level for stuff that's even smaller. Yeah,
we did a big agriculture package, and the issue just came out, and there's a lot of plant level discussions starting to happen.
A lot of people, and
then it's astounding, especially at 400 feet,
And even what we're unlocking now is at the tree level for, a lot of our stuff's being used for, tree fruit orchards, tree nuts, things like that. Everything is at the tree level.
So if a client comes to you and says, I'm a tree guy, or I'm a ground guy, can you guide generically, can you tune the system to that difference?
That's the fine tuning is when it comes to the analytics, so everything in the post-processing.
Right. I got it. Okay. Yep. So they can bring that up, or the part they need the most.
So they're utilizing the different outputs from the sensors and then tailoring it specifically to
maybe even dropping some stuff off that they don't need, right?
Yeah.
And they don't care about the edge area.
So they're just delivering the actionable data.
A to the point cloud.
Exactly.
Right.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
That's great. And what's without even talking about AUVSI per se, what's your general? We've been in our bunkers for the last 2 years. What's the general sense of the energy of people here, the show you're seeing?
Yeah, it's been great. Even compared to last year, huge difference. Tons of foot traffic. Lots of international presence too, which has been great to see.
Yeah, they're back, right? They're not in quarantine, and
Yeah, so it's a ton of people having good conversations. It's been a good show.
I had that too, but I'm not on the floor, so I'm curious. So, is there anything you want to add?
I think we touched on most of it. We're excited to keep shipping our new products.
Great.
The Red Edge we just started shipping a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
right. Soon. So it's when I say it's brand new, it's just getting out in the field.
It's showtime.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're looking forward to getting more feedback as more people get to fly in.
Great. Well, good luck with it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for sitting with us.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.